Welcome back to Dugmer Junction. This is phase 7. In this update we're going to show you all the locomotives that we've converted from DC to DCC. Also carried out scenic work on the signal box area. The billboards we got from Scale Model Scenery have all been assembled and are on the layout, and which you'll see later. On a previous episode you would have seen that we've purchased some new Mark III coaches in intercity livery, and on this episode you'll see them running, and we fitted them with the Hunt couplings, which we are impressed with. And finally, at the end of the video you'll see an old friend running around the layout. That he's not been down here, but he did appear in the old layout upstairs in the loft. On the 10th of November we will be celebrating 24 years since our original grand opening of Dugmer Junction. We will be bringing you a very special video that has never been released to YouTube before. Hope you enjoy. I'll hand over to Wayne now to show you the rest of what we've done, and thank you very much for all your views and subscriptions, and remember, stay safe and stay awesome.
So in this part of the update you can see that a lot of the Scenics has changed around on this corner, specifically around where the signal box and the old track work is, which is to the right hand side of the camera at the moment. So what I've done is you can buy these bachmann Scenecraft security fences, and we used to have them dotted around. I mean, we had some down here and some over there, but not complete, and we also had some down here. Over time they got knocked over, and they always were the standard grey colour. You get them straight out the packet. So I've done a little bit of research online, and yes, they were in our region blue at some point throughout the 90s. There were several pictures where I was seeing them blue, so I thought, oh, that gave me a good idea. Let's make them stand out a little bit and paint them blue. So that's what I've done. I've painted quite a lot of the old security fences. A lot of these have been rescued from the old layout as well, which were in a box, and used some Jarvis scatter and made the area look more like a car park and gravel. So I think that's tarmac grey. And then for the signal box in the corner there, I've done the same effect. And what I'm going to do with these three here and one other we've got down in the storage box, these are also going to get the spraying treatment. Not sure on the colour yet. They probably will be uniform and stay blue. And then the signal box will be fenced off, and then we will start adding items to make it look like it's got some disused equipment in there, or equipment which is waiting to go out on the railway, like relay boxes, etc. So I'm just going to move over now to the station, which is another little bit you may have just seen, which was standing out, is the red. So I've added red fencing onto the station just to make it stand out a little bit more. And also trying to replicate Network Southeast a little bit more. I mean, not strictly, but that was the idea. So put a little bit of red safety fencing, some old stuff we had left in the box, which I thought I could make use of. So that's gone around there, and I think that finishes it off quite nicely, and it looks all right. I mean, I think it's at Bristol Temple Meads, where if you go to the bay platform, they got a little bit of a fence at the end. So that's what gave me the idea, so you can take your pictures at the end of the fence of any locomotives which are in Thunderbird Bay. So that's really good. Another little bit we've done as well, I've added on some handrails to the steps going up to the station. Now again, that was just some old fence, an odd piece we had in the cupboard, or in the sorting drawer should I say. Sprayed them up black, they come out alright, cut it in 1.25, and then obviously the longer piece has gone on the left hand side behind the blue car. Drilled some small holes through the plastic, and yeah, just slotted them in, and they're really good. No glue, pull them straight out if I ever need to. Unfortunately that is all glued down, so that will need to come up at some point, but for now it looks really nice, and it's helped finish off the station a little bit more. This area, I've got the Scenic area, like I said, is being completed here. You can see the little pallets I've spray painted in blue to make them stand out, as you do get the blue pallets. Again, that just adds another bit of colour element to the layout. Let's move it across the corner. You can see I've still got some blue fence in there, some spare pieces, and I did have a play around with the colours actually on these. If I turn them around, you'll see that they're a grey colour, but I went for the blue in the end. And yeah, you see I finished that off by putting the fence going all the way back to the wall. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. It's come out really nice. I shortened those lights on here as well because I think they were a bit too tall. So I just snipped them down a little bit and put them back into their bases. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this scenic part of the layout now. There's still quite a lot more to do. Like I said, we've got the signal box over there to do. Got to add in some greenery as well around the fences to make it look a bit more rural. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. So I've now added the billboards to the layout. There are 6 of them in total, and I think 5 of them are very personalised to the layout. Sorry, not to the layout, they're very personalised to us. So first and foremost, you've got 2 down here. You've got the first one which reads "What a load of carp." Now, if you didn't know, I also do a lot of carp fishing, and What a Load of Carp is my YouTube channel. So I thought, why not advertise it on the layout? Next up, you got Crown Royal, which is my favourite bourbon whiskey, which is very difficult to get here in the UK. But I had it when it went to America and Canada and love the stuff. The fencing's there, which I've spray painted up. It just needs putting in. Next one here is the Rocky Mountaineer train from Virgin Holiday Cruises. Now, I used to work for Virgin Cruises a fair few years ago now. I loved the job, and I thought, why not reflect it on the layout? Then we got Victoria Bitter, my dad's favourite bitter from Australia. Coming around to the layout now, on the other side. You got a very generic one, which you see on quite a few layouts. And then, last but by no means least, is Becky Lawrence, now playing, which is my girlfriend. And yeah, that's to advertise her. So there we go. So that's the billboards in the layout. As you can see, the signal box area is now more or less completed. It's something I've been working on over the last couple of weeks, paying a bit of attention to here and there. But yeah, now I think I've got it more or less finished. So I've just put the fencing up now, made like a little gate effect. I've got some heads for some level crossing and some bases there as well on pallets waiting to go out onto site. Some level crossing arms, which are also on pallets, are waiting to go out onto site. And then we've got some location cases or relay boxes and some cable drums on pallets. They're also waiting for commissioning, so they can go out for the signal program on Dugmer Junction. Also put some foliage along the back of the fence, and I've also added some foliage and 3 trees into the middle between the 3 lines now, just to make it a little bit more rural. Moving down here, we've turned this into a car park. So we've got our Fastline freight vans, and also our Network Rail vans parking in there, and we've also got a porter cabin in there now as well. Moving down the layout a little bit, we've got some trees now I've just drilled and put in here, so I'm going to put some foliage around it later as well to tidy that up a bit more. And coming around to where the church area is, you'll have to excuse the handset, but I've added in a couple of trees there as well. So from a scenic point of view, I think that's more or less it. We've got a bit of work to do on Bexwood at some point. We've got some campers somewhere. I will try and find them, but I don't know where they've gone. They're going to go in there, and we've got a lighting kit as well for the fire effects. That'll look really nice once that's in there. So yeah, so from a scenic point of view, I think that's all which has been done. And I suppose yes, that is it. I don't know what else there is now. So anyway, let's go on to the next part of the update. Well, now the bodies are off the coaches, it's time to add the people. Now, I've brought these people off eBay, quite cheap. I think there was 100 for £4 or something. And alright, they're not the greatest painted passengers in the world. I'll show you an example now in front of my hand if it'll focus. They're not great, to be honest, but they do the job. And all I would do is simply just glue them onto the seats. Now, what do I use for that? You can use one or two things really. You could use super glue, which is obviously a quicker way of setting the glue, or alternatively, which I like to use when doing these, is the rocket card glue. It just allows you a bit of error time, so if you make a mistake and you need to move it, you can make a couple of adjustments, and it just takes that a little bit longer for the glue to set. I will also add in some other things into the coaches as well, so I'll add some bits and pieces. Now you can see on this is from Scale Model Scenery. I've cut out already quite a few crisp packets, newspapers, and ticket stubs as well. So those little things from their little collection I will place on the tables just to make it a little bit more authentic. So first and foremost, give your rocket card glue a good shake. Have a little tub to put it in, ready to go with a cocktail stick. So that's in there, good to go now. And then all I simply do is get a little dollop. Sorry, I've got to remember where the camera is. There you go, a little bit of glue. Just get a little dollop on the end. You only need a drop, and then I'll literally just see where you could probably see better. I'll literally just put a little mark on the coach there. Seat there, sorry, and one there. So that's enough for 2 passengers. Now you can either use long nose pliers or you can use your fingers if you're lucky enough to be able to do it and your fingers aren't too fat. Mine just about get away with it. So I'll place my little lady there on a seat. So she's in. Then I'll get one which is a different colour. He's a bit too big. Try that one there. Push her back so she's not sat too far forward. There you go, so she's there. Well, something else I will mention as well while I'm here, I've done the first class Bachmann Mark 2Fs. I've also done the half brake, and now these are the second class I'm doing. The second class, the half brake, and the first class, oh, and also the restaurant car, they seem to have slightly different seating in them. So you will find that sometimes the figures can be a bit tight to go in. But yeah, still workable. These figures are a good enough size to get in. You just have to play around with them and get the smaller ones and put them in. Now on to the little accessories. Again, I'll get my cocktail stick. Just taking a bit of the excess glue off the end. Put a little tiny dab there. You won't be able to see that on the camera, but it is literally a tiny dab of glue. A little dot, another one there. I'll get my scalpel knife. And then I've got my pre-cut out ticket stubs here, which I'm going to put on the end of the blade. I'm not sure if you can see that there, that little tiny piece. And I'll just put them on the glue, drop. And there's one ticket stub on the table. I'll get another one there and put him on the table. Just tap him down. So there's 2 passengers with their ticket stubs waiting to be inspected by the guard when he comes along. Then I'll go on to another little thing you can do. Well, before I do actually go on to that, I'll just put a little dab of glue on that table. And then I've got a packet of Monster Munch here. On the end of my, oh, you're probably not going to focus, but it's a little bag of beef Monster Munch. And I'll place them on the table. Now you have to excuse my fingernails, guys, they're a bit grubby. I was at Eastleigh yesterday working hard on the locomotives, and I've got hammerite stuck in my nails, so I need to give them a good clean, so apologies if they don't look very nice. Anyway, that's the Monster Munch stuck there on the table. And another little thing you can do as well, obviously I'm not going to show you me doing the whole 2 coaches here, I've got 8 of them in total to do. Again, get another dollop of glue or a little dashing of glue on the end of your cocktail stick. Now if you rub it across the waist of a passenger, and onto the arm, which I've done there. Take your pot of glue away, and if you get yourself a newspaper cut out, which I'm going to just pick up with the knife here. No, it's not going to pick it up very well on the camera, so I do apologise, but believe me when I say that's a newspaper cut out. I'm then going to pop it onto her lap, slide it in, and then get a cocktail stick, or again use the end of your knife, bring it slightly up and just hold it in place for a minute. And there you go. If I bring the camera down. So I've just brought the camera around to another angle. It wasn't quite working the way I had it just a minute ago. As you can see now, she's reading her newspaper with her 2 ticket stubs on the table. And then on this one you've got your packet of beef Monster Munch. So yeah, the options are limitless what you can do really. All helps add a bit of realism. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and populate those because like I said, I've got 8 coaches to do. So it's going to take me a while. And there we go. It took me about half an hour to do that. I've fixed several people in each coach. Put some litter, what should I put? Say some crisp packets on the table, and also some ticket stubs. Don't know why my camera's not picking it up very well, to be honest, so I do apologise. There we go, just trying to focus a little bit more. So you see the ticket stubs there, the crisp packets, some newspapers on the tables, and also given the effect that some of the passengers are reading the newspapers as well. So there's one there, one over there reading the paper. So yeah, job's a good one. Another little thing I've managed to acquire for the layout, free of charge. When I was down at Eastleigh at the weekend doing my volunteering job, these were going to go for scrap. And it's a litter bin. I was told it's either out of a Mark II or a Mark III. So I said, yeah, I can make a good home for that, and it fits in there perfectly. It beats having that one. So yeah, a nice little nice addition to the railway room.